What's going on, guys? We are back yet again, and we have another review we're going to be doing. Finally here for Alien Romulus. Now, or Romulus. I will say this: me being a big Alien fan, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have not seen a lot of the other Alien movies in a very long time. I have been disappointed with the last two films, so I kind of strayed away from the last of the Alien franchise because I just stopped caring. I just did not enjoy what they were doing with the franchise. I thought that they were, you know, just putting things in there that did not make no sense. But regardless, I'm going to get more of that a little later on in the video. So if you guys have not seen this movie yet, I do recommend you click off the video because we're going to be getting spoilers about the movie and my thoughts on it. And if you guys enjoyed it, great. If not, that's fine too. I would just like to have a great conversation down in the comments. Now, the entirety of this movie is a little bit confusing, especially if you've not seen the first two films in a while, which again, I haven't. I'm going to say this now. I think my favorite out of all the entirety of the Alien franchise is going to be Aliens 2. Now, this takes place between those two movies, and we have these group of young people that are on another kind of planet. We have Rain, who is trying to get her and her adopted brother, who is an android, be able to get on, to be able to get off the planet after all the mining hours. It does not work. So between her and the one Andy, who is her adopted brother, and then other groups of friends, they come up with this idea of going on to a nearby station, taking whatever of in pods and be able to sleep during what I would assume is almost hyperspace, and then be able to travel to the planet that they're unfortunately not able to go on because of how long it's going to take to get more credibility to be able to leave the planet. Now, during this time, we have where they get on the ship, and it just, I will say this, through the entirety of the film, I was trying to remember everything. Now, I will say this, they did do a lot of throwbacks to the original film, being able to feel like you were in that suspense, having to look on every corner, make sure something wasn't there, so I liked that aspect. Now, the entirety of the film goes kind of slow and then picks up a little bit, where the crew between Tyler, Andy, and of course Bjorn, where they get on the ship, and Bjorn is a little prejudiced against androids because of what happened with his family, and we see where there's a lot of animosity on that. Now, they do unfortunately reawaken all the eggs from the aliens because the Romulus team found a asteroid that had the alien that Ripley took out in the first one and somehow survived, killed everyone, and then I guess redid the eggs, which was kind of crazy. So I'm assuming, okay, how was that the case if it was the queen? Because I remember it was just a regular xenomorph. So I don't know. I'm a little confused on that. But either way, we have where one of the facehuggers go on up Navarro, and we see where she obviously gets taken out pretty quickly because of the chest, and then we see where Kay, Tyler's sister, she's pregnant and she's trying to hurry up and get out. And between Bjorn's ignorance and of course hers, they're trying to almost leave Tyler, Andy, and Rain. And Andy puts in a new chip, tried to have the codes for Romulus, but it does not work because of his whole programming gets redone because of having to rethink on what is best for the company, for these androids, and for synthetics, and also for humanity. And what he does is he tries to take a chemical that is apparently going to be taken back to the Wayland Foundation, and what we see is them trying to figure out why Andy's doing this, but unfortunately the newly found alien takes over the ship, takes out Bjorn, and then goes after Kay. And then assuming that Kay is gone, Tyler is trying to figure out where, did his sister survive, or same thing with Rain. And they go on this journey trying to escape, and then they figure out Ray's alive, grabs her, gets her out of there, and Tyler pretty much gets got after that. Same thing with Andy, and he gets knocked out, but then Rain goes back for him. And I'm going to get a whole much more thoughts on this, but I'm giving you guys just pretty much a quick synopsis of what happens. And him and Andy go, her and Andy fight against the, I would assume, however many xenomorphs in gravity off, and then they have to dodge all the acid blood, and then they're able to try to escape. And then finally, when they escape, they go into the ship. They're about ready to leave. They put Kay in cryostasis, but then there's a problem with her pregnancy, to where it looks like she did take this chemical, and it made, I guess it turned the fetus and the embryo really quickly, to where they were able to make some type of humanoid alien xenomorph. Pretty much what I would say a lot of people, what I've been seeing, is they're comparing it to the Engineers. Again, I don't remember a lot of Prometheus. I don't remember a lot of Alien Covenant. I did not enjoy those movies. I found them to be really boring. I just didn't care for them. But what happens is Kay does unfortunately, go, and the next thing you know, we see where Andy gets knocked out too, and it's up to Rain to be able to stop this thing, and then floats into space. Now, I know a lot of people probably love certain movies of the Alien franchise. This, honestly, did it feel like they did right by doing this film? The only thing I can say, out of my personal opinion, the entirety of this film, I was honestly bored. I was very bored. I felt like that this movie could have been 10 times better. I feel like that they were trying really hard to bring the horror aspect back to Alien, which I think they did to a certain degree. It was not very gory, like I've heard some people say. Again, if you want gory, go to a different movie. This is not that gory. It really is not. I've seen more gory horror films than this. I did not really care for any of the characters as well. I just didn't care. I couldn't relate to any of them. A lot of people are giving credit to Rain and Andy, but honestly, the whole thing of her going back for a android again, even though yes, she considers to be like an adopted brother, it just was really silly. When again, he didn't really do anything after that film, because again, what was he able to do other than he saves Rain one time? When obviously, if they didn't go through that, she would have been fine. And him making the comic classic of the whole "get away from her, you bitch," and it just didn't seem like a very android thing to do. It just felt very like it was forced into. I mean, I know they were trying to do callbacks to the original films, but it just fell very faintly. I'm just not impressed with this film. It felt like a lot of the characters were just very stupid, in my opinion. It felt like that the characters just was there, and the xenomorphs are pretty much just waiting around, which normally they don't really do that. If they see a prey, they're going to go after them, and then having a xenomorph be able to survive in space was a little odd to me, because from everything that I remembered, I thought that they could not be able to survive in space. From other things I'm hearing that they can, other ways I'm hearing they cannot. I mean, I know there's different types of xenomorphs within the franchise of Alien. We've seen the Runner, we've seen the white one, we've seen the regular xenomorphs, we've seen the Predator xenomorph, we've seen others. I don't know, man. Like, does this help the franchise? Does it kill the franchise? Does it bring it back? I don't know. I would assume it's just your point of view of the franchise of, do you think this movie is worth it? I would say if you're an Alien fan, give it a try. You may love it. You may hate it. You may think it's okay. But again, to me, it's just there. To me, I feel like it's just another Alien movie to put in the franchise and go, here you go. Here's more lore. And I honestly, guys, I'm so lost with the Alien lore. It's unbelievable, because I'm so lost on what is what and what came first and what's, I'm just so out of it, because I honestly just don't care anymore. And also, I just don't think that the Alien franchise is going any better. I've just been very disappointed on what they've been doing with the Alien franchise. I feel like that the horror aspect is now gone from the Alien franchise. I don't think, because the first Alien was a very horror suspense based movie, which I know a lot of other movies inspired on that. The second Alien movie was more of a horror shooter based movie, which again, I think that was amazing. And then the third one kind of had tried to do the first one did. The fourth one was kind of a mix between all of the first three, which again, a lot of people do not like the fourth one from everything that I've heard. I have not seen most of these movies in a long time. I'm thinking about maybe going back and trying to rewatch them, but I'm not entirely sure yet. But what is y'all's thoughts on this? Is it a good movie? Is it a bad movie? Is it a horrible movie? I'm kind of in the middle. I really just don't know how to feel about this film. I think it's just going to be a one and done for me. I really don't want to revisit this film for a while. The only way I probably will is if I rewatch the franchise and then I go back to watch this one. So I don't know. But what are y'all's thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, obviously about subscribing. A little bit for like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.